Hey, good morning. This is Smithia Ford with RenalDietHQ.com. It is Saturday morning, and I am coming to you today to talk about healthy smoothies that you can have with kidney disease. So, a lot of times you'll be eating or, not quite feel good, or you'll need to run, or you'll just want something light. And a smoothie can be a great thing to have, but the problem is it really depends what you put in there, how good it is for your kidney diet. So I want you to always remember that potassium and phosphorus restrictions are usually related to your stage, and your doctor will tell you if you need to restrict those things. So what I'm saying and what I'm talking about with regards to the fruits that you can put in them or different things, it all depends on what your restrictions are. So if you have a fluid restriction, usually when you're getting close to dialysis towards stage 5, you stop being able to urinate as much, you retain more water, so your doctor tells you to restrict your fluids. But normally in stage 2, stage 3, stage 4, and most of stage 5, you don't really have a fluid restriction. And then potassium and phosphorus are usually restricted only if your doctor tells you as well, because your kidneys aren't handling those as good either. So, but eating healthy smoothies just means that you're getting a good nutritional boost, and you're not having to affect your kidney labs as much. So I want to talk about some different things you can put together to make a smoothie. So with a smoothie, a lot of times you're putting them in your blender, or you're just putting your blender there and you're loading it up with good stuff. Like a lot of times people use bananas and strawberries, blueberries, whatever in-season fruits there are. So let's talk about some good fruits that are good to put in a smoothie. So if you're trying to limit your potassium, you would use things that are low potassium fruits like apricots. I'm looking at my notes. Blackberries, cherries, peaches, plums, and yay, strawberries. So all of those can go in. Another thing you might do is, like, if you're in the mood for strawberries and bananas, use like a half a banana and then a bunch of strawberries, and you get a little bit of banana flavor. You can also use blueberries and raspberries in there and get a little more fiber with your smoothie. You can use frozen fruits. So the good thing about that is that if you had frozen strawberries, even if it's not in season, you don't have to put any ice in there, because the ice is already in the strawberries, so it's going to be cold. So other things that you can add that will help, like if you're eating it for breakfast and you need some protein at breakfast, we all need to have a little bit of protein throughout the day just to help us keep from getting so hungry. So you might add a little bit of peanut butter, a strawberry peanut butter smoothie, or you can add some vegetable protein that you might buy, some powder to add about 7 grams of protein. You're going to want to be cognizant of adding milk. So you may, if you're watching your potassium and phosphorus, milk can have a lot of potassium and phosphorus. So it also can be very good for you. Use like a half a cup of regular milk and then ice for the rest. Or use almond milk or rice milk if you're looking for how you can reduce that potassium and phosphorus. But if you're not having a problem with those, just use a little bit of regular milk, use a little bit of ice, and it'll make it nice and smooth and creamy. And peanut butter, a little bit of vegetable powder. Let me see what else I had. Notes. You might want to do like for milk. If you can't have milk, when we grew up, my brother couldn't have milk, and that was like I'm like 45, so it was a while ago. We used non-dairy creamer for his stuff because he was allergic to milk, to the lactose in milk. So There's other options besides milk. You might even put some yogurt in there. Greek yogurt, remember, has a lot more protein. So if you're trying to manage the protein, then you just use regular yogurt, but use like low fat, no flavor, plain yogurt. Yogurt's also going to add, just like milk, a little bit of protein. So you're going to want to watch that amount that you're adding. So to me, a healthy smoothie is a great breakfast item, but it can also be a great thing any part of the day. So you can even make them ahead and freeze them. So like have some in some cups in the freezer and then just take it out and kind of eat it like an icy. So that's my notes for today about eating a healthy smoothie, and I want you to have a great day. Go on over to renaldiethq.com. On the top, there's a bar with a lot of information, and it just says different categories. So I'm interested in learning more about kidney disease. I have pre-dialysis kidney disease. I have diabetes and kidney disease, or I have dialysis. And just click on one of those. It'll put, you can get on the email list and get 7 free dinner meals. And we look forward to serving you, and I'll talk to you tomorrow.